You get in on him. You get in on him. You go ahead and do that as well. You guys are fine. I feel like we're fighting this battle fairly intelligently, which is good. Which is good. Let's get the flame units firing at these Tomb Guard protected by these guys. You guys completely managed to run right past the unit that I told you to attack. Always a little disappointing, but not at all surprising. You are dwarves after all. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. For anyone new, I play games for the storytelling and challenge, which generally means taking my time, trying to stay thematic, and avoiding exploits. If you prefer min-maxing or speeding through content, then my stuff may not be for you, although you're welcome to join us for a while to find out. In Total War Warhammer, that means using some mods to try to make the campaign and battles slower and harder, to try to fit the brutal world of Warhammer, and also fighting all but the most lopsided battles manually. There's a link in the description to all the mods we're using and why, and another to the Steam Workshop page where you can subscribe to all these mods with one click. For this campaign, we are playing as Thorek Ironbrow, who is resolved to reforge all of the missing artifacts from all of the broken pieces scattered around the map, and of course conquering territory and crushing the enemies of the dwarves in the process. Alright, so we seem to have gotten the upper hand at last in our war against Cetra. Now, we do still have a few armies here that we have to worry about, but the good news is they're not real close to one another, so it's going to be hard for them to gang up on our armies, which I mentioned at the beginning of the previous episode was really my primary concern. I just don't want to give them opportunities to hit us with numerical advantage. That has actually cost us several times in this campaign, particularly in our war against Cetra. So let's go ahead here and really quickly just go through our event messages. Yeah, we got some raiding up here. This army, well, let me finish going through the event messages, I suppose. Got some buildings built, that's always good. We got some attrition down here. Why are we suffering attrition? I guess we're in the desert, maybe? And we gained authoritarian, yeah, okay. Alright, all very, very good. So back to what I was saying here about this army. This army does not scare us at all. We can definitely beat that with pretty much any of our armies. Even maybe, well, no, that would be a little bit closer than I would want it to be, since they're all at full strength and we are so badly depleted here. We do have not much of a garrison here. We've got walls that are somewhat damaged as well, so I think what we want to do is we want to focus on replenishment with at least this army, maybe with the others as well. It'll depend on whether or not there's a really good opportunity to attack them. This, we can't see half of the army, but we can already tell it's a stronger army. However, this is Thorek, and even though he's pretty badly beaten up here, it's Thorek. I mean, he's level 39, he's got some good characters with him, so we should be in pretty good shape when it comes to Thorek versus any single army of Cetra's. Okay. However, I still want to focus on replenishment because, yeah, we need lots of replenishment. Now, one thing that we may want to do, at this point, I think we could probably get away with dumping the Dragonback Slayers. We could maybe replace them with regular Slayers, but it's nice to have Regiments of Renown as an emergency force. Well, except that we're probably going to end up fighting against monstrous units again here in the potentially in the near future, so maybe we don't get rid of them just yet. At least the Kasabar garrison is looking much better. We have a decent amount of money. Okay, let's formulate a plan here. Now we got the beast men who may or may not do something against Numos. Doesn't matter. Either way, we're going to want to take Numos back. When we're over there, we might as well take out Qatar as well. We could do some recruiting here. It's an option, but I don't know if it's a good option because his main purpose is defensive. I don't want to be bringing him and protecting all of our eastern regions over here. I don't want to really be bringing him out here to the west unless it's an absolute emergency, which I don't think it is right now. So yeah, so I think we will maybe leave him there. In fact, at this point, I think we can safely move him back towards this direction. Now that we know that Cetra is not going to be attacking Karag Orad there. And Lamia, meanwhile, we're in the process of building the walls there, so that's good as well. Okay. Alrighty. Now, someone pointed out to me, and I think they're correct, that there's no urgency to building a garrison here in Resetra. I may want to eventually build garrisons everywhere because beastmen can pop up at any time. We could eventually end up possibly going to... In fact, I almost want to go to war against Krokgar because he's been so annoying. We kind of feel like we have a bit of a grudge against him, even though he's our ally. But obviously not a priority to build defensive structures down here at the moment. Labaris is a little bit of a different story because it's on the coast, so it could be attacked within a single turn by an army that we can't see. So that's a consideration there. I think all I want to do... How much are we getting back in replenishment? 5 troops per turn. It's not great, but it's not nothing. And we are in a position where we could keep building up the casualty replenishment here, which I think is something we're going to want to do, as well as this. So we know we want to do this. We probably want to do this, but it's not really a priority. We know we want to do this. I think we're in a situation now where we probably don't have to prioritize the walls here, but I'm going to anyway. Yeah, it's hard to plan out so far ahead to know when you're not going to need additional defenses in the settlement. Meanwhile, we are getting 4 per turn, 5 per turn for the regular Longbeards here. I think, and just out of curiosity, our regiments of renown, we've got plenty of regiments of renown to choose from. So I don't exactly need to free those up. I think I'll keep them just for now. Another question is, do I need to keep this lord? Is there any value in keeping this lord, or would it make more sense, now that we don't really need him for an emergency? I think I'm going to go ahead and disband him. We'll bring him back in later. Don't really have a need for him right now. And that helps us out. That was like an additional, what, 700 or so gold per turn that we're going to get out of that. Springs of Eternal Life. I could try... What are my chances of an ambush here? First of all, do I replenish at all if I come out? On we go! I still replenish, but at a much, much reduced rate. If I go into ambush stance, it's only 45%. Never mind. I need the replenishment much more than I need a very iffy chance to ambush these guys. You're getting only 1 per turn, so you're my most recovered army anyway. So it's good that you're the one that's sitting outside of a settlement. I think maybe if we put you in an ambush stance, you still get a little bit of replenishment. It's not very good chances, but I'm going to go ahead and make a move in the direction of Numas here, I think.
We march. I forbid this.
I don't think that army, even if it discovers us, I don't think it would attack us. I think we're stronger than he is. Now, I don't mind getting the extra replenishment, but that's a battle that I'm willing to fight if they attempt it. Okay. All right. Main thing, in other words, we want to focus on for this turn and maybe the next turn as well is replenishment. We have a little bit of money. I'm going to build the garrison here, but I can't afford to now this turn anyway. Nothing else to do. Lost Plateau. Yes, same. No, Lost Plateau is definitely an area where I don't think we desperately need a walls building. And Mount Arachnos is the same. These are the most the least vulnerable settlements that we've got. So those are low priority defenses. Kasabar, you're doing fine. Okay, back up to here. I guess what I could have done is I could have taken Tekton and tried to move him down. Like, I could have moved him to Springs of Eternal Life and Thorek down to Kasabar. Maybe I should have done that, but it's okay. It's fine. I don't want to go 100% defensive right now. So, do we have a... we don't have any heroes that need moving. Yes, we do. We've got a Thane right here who does need moving. We will move him in the direction of Tekton, who's got room for him in the army. Don't think we... well, we can't reach, obviously. I don't think there's any reason to stay over in this area. We know where their armies are for now. Let's get you in a position where you can easily move into the army next turn. Okay, building upgrades. I think we just went through that. All right, diplomacy. This, I don't know if the whole episode is going to be, but the beginning of this episode is going to very much be an aftermath of the huge, important battles that we fought last time. Just want to really quickly here look. Krokgar's at 8. Krokgar might have a, might have another mission for us. They do. Well, we've already got 100 allegiance, so I guess there's really no point. So never mind about that. Okay, so back to just looking how strong Cetra is. Cetra, according to the auto-resolve, basically, which I believe is how it's calculated, Cetra is still stronger than we are, which is quite interesting, but not very surprising.
Yes.
Cetra also has 3 enemies to deal with.
Wisdom.
Ready?
Or maybe 2 enemies. I guess the Beastmen are not actually at war with them right now. Okay. And the fact that they've lost their capital, that's a huge, huge penalty for them. This is probably their strongest city at the moment, and it does... yeah, Krokgar is slowly advancing towards it, so that's good. All right, I think we can probably go ahead and end our turn. I don't see anything in particular to watch for. We'll just have to see how Cetra reacts. Still not seeing the ogres. That's good. We don't really need another active enemy right now, not until we make some more progress on Cetra. Not at all surprising to see Kroq-Gar moving at an absolute snail's pace with his armies. Been consistent for the entire campaign. Interesting that his weakest army is the one that has advanced the furthest. Well, I thought he was going to send that hero unit eastward to discover... Oh, no, that's the one I was... Oh, okay, now you're moving backwards. Great. Well, I was kind of thinking as dwarves we might discover some other factions that we could potentially trade with, but... As usual, Kroq-Gar's just really not quite sure what he wants to do with his forces. Cetra, here we go. Oh, there is another army over there. Well, how about that? Well, we can attack that with 2 of our armies. He did not know our second army was there. That ambush stance actually worked. It's put us in a position where we can attack one of his armies with 2 of ours. Perfect. Now, the much bigger concern is going to be... Oh, interesting. Queek and Tretch have gone to war with one another. That's always good. Okay, let's see if we can see what's in these armies. Some Screaming Skull catapults are a little bit of a concern, but...
My faith in you wanes.
The Tomb Guard, fair number Tomb Guard, and the monsters. Yeah, those 2 armies together are quite strong, and we probably don't want...
I'm listening.
We don't want Thorek to have to fight both of those armies by himself. It's conceivable that we might even have to abandon Springs of Eternal Life yet again.
Something done right.
Although, I don't know, with the additional garrison here, plus Thorek, that's not an overwhelming force that he's got. I think we can defend Springs against those 2 armies with Thorek's army. But we'll worry about that in a minute, because the first thing we want to do
By the king's command,
is this. We want to attack this army right here.
If you say so, Beardling. Time for a reckoning.
Now he's going to try to retreat. Pretty certain of that. If I do this, if I move to here,
Moving.
and he's still... Well, that's actually 50% of his movement. Wow.
Yes. The axe thirsts for war.
All right, let's try the attack here. Let's see if he flees.
Find them.
He does flee. Okay, move a little closer.
Beards in belts. What do you want?
We can now attack with you. Garrison won't come out anymore, but we've got 2 armies against his 1.
Armed and ready.
Really badly beaten up, but even so.
Summon me if you dare.
Yeah, that's definitely a battle we can win.
I do.
Let's go for it.
Summon me.
Just out of curiosity, if we did auto-resolve, we would lose a handful of units here, which is not good, but is also irrelevant because we're not going to auto-resolve. It's very convenient that our reinforcing army is coming in from the same location as our starting army. That makes it easy for us to wait for him and consolidate our forces before we make an attack. It's conceivable that he could come towards us. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. It's going to be just over 2 minutes for them to get here. I'm pulling... I'm going to pull some of these guys out. Everybody who is at less than a quarter strength, I need to get you completely out of the fight. Which then means you guys are going to be my 8. Let's get you over here. And then you guys are my 4. Oops. Oops. There we go. Let's get you in front of them. You guys over here. Now the Master Engineer can stay where he is. The Runesmith is actually in the best shape of anyone to actually do some fighting. What about our gyrocopters? Nahikara horsemen and skeleton archer chariots. So the chariots and the archers will shoot at us. But that's fine. That's fine, they can do that. Our Rune Lord, let's make sure that you are a little bit back as well. Okay, let's go ahead and start the battle. Let's look at these guys and see. First of all, are they coming towards us? It looks like they are going to come towards us. Second of all, if the archers are going to keep moving away, that puts us in a position here.
Yes! Range fast! Go! Wait, your man's blood!
Are those horsemen considered large? They are, so are the chariots, I'm sure of that. Okay. I think we can get a good blast off here with the... Oh, they stopped. Some of them stopped moving here. It's interesting. Well, let's try that. Do some damage to some Tomb Guard there.
Fly! Move now! On the way! Yes.
Very nice. We dropped bombs on 2 units at the same time.
Strike out! Gyrocopter!
Now you can shoot at them.
Down! Will do!
How we doing up here? 50 seconds left.
Range far! Range fast!
Are you guys shooting? You are, okay.
Take him down! Nothing can stop us!
I want to drop it on the horsemen there. They're a little bit thicker. Kind of a lousy shot on that second one, but that's okay. I'm assuming that our gyrocopters here, our 6 gyrocopters, could win a fight against those chariots. Now we can speed up. Okay, we got some more forces coming down this way. You guys get out of there. You have served your purpose. Let's go ahead and get you back here. Let's go ahead and get you guys in a defensive posture. Let me redo that because they weren't all in yet. Okay. Let's go ahead and get the grudge throwers over here. These are my regiment of renown, goblobbers. Okay, now we can speed up again, I think. Let's go ahead and get you guys moving forward like so. Except for 9. 9, you guys stay back. Now, you guys up here, my Longbeards, plus these 2 warriors, you're my 3. So we want you up here like so. And then you guys are my 7. Right behind them, like so. You are fine. You're fine. You're fine. Actually, let's move you over there. You, Tecton, let's get you over here. Now, my Slayers. I want my Slayers to be on 5. Get you guys ready to attack them over here. my Thane. Let's get you over here on this flank.
Vengeance!
Okay. All right. Let's wait for our grudge thrower to get here now. Okay. So 5. If you guys come from this direction and you guys come from this direction, we ought to be able to do some work. Our flame units here, I want you to be a little bit... No, actually, I want you to stay close to the flank. Where are my other slayers? Oh, there you are. Okay. Somehow I didn't even see you there. Okay, you guys go ahead and hit them. I'm assuming now that we're going to win fairly handily right here, which means we'll then be in position to charge into these guys. They are crumbling. Okay, charge into them. Now let's go ahead and do this. We should be able to get a really good shot in here. Pretty good damage to 5 units there. I will definitely take that. You guys look like... See, 4, you guys can kind of move up a little bit, and 8, you can kind of move up with them. Should be winning pretty handily here now. You guys get ready to fire. You get in on him, you get in on him. You go ahead and do that as well. You guys are fine. I feel like we're fighting this battle fairly intelligently, which is good. Which is good. Let's get the flame units firing at these Tomb Guard protected by these guys. You guys completely managed to run right past the unit that I told you to attack. Always a little disappointing, but not at all surprising. You are dwarves after all. Now, stay on them. You guys get over here. You guys help shoot them down. Okay, let's just be a screening force now. In fact, let's go in with our gyrocopters into actual melee combat, and I think that'll be enough to drive them off. Okay, you guys fire at them. You guys look like we have finished taking care of the Lord. Up. Okay, almost every quarreler we want shooting at those Ushabti there. You guys over here can shoot at them. You guys are taking care of business over there. They're crumbling. You guys now get in on them. Okay. Alright. Somebody somewhere did manage to get themselves in enough trouble that they had to flee. That's a little disappointing, but let's go ahead and try to get a Wrath and Ruin on them. And you on them. You guys now move forward. You guys go charging into them. You guys haven't finished them off? Now you have, okay. You can go ahead and take the rest of the fight off. I think everybody's disintegrating. Very good. We took fairly minimal casualties there. I feel like considering the damaged state of our army coming into this battle, I feel like that went pretty well. Cetra is no longer in a position where they can afford to just keep losing army after army after army, turn after turn, like they have been doing. We know the Tomb Kings can reconstitute their forces fairly quickly, but having lost their capital, that's going to slow down. Okay. This army needs to continue to kind of take it easy and recover. Let me see here. I don't really think We need Gorog. I think I'll just continue to take the money. Okay, Goldsmith, sure, why not? Recruitment cost, sure, why not? Got some ranks, definitely always happy to take those. Let's now see.
Master of Runecraft.
I cannot raise him far enough back where he could help defend the Springs of Eternal Life, unfortunately. So instead, we will just get him back into Kimry. You.
Time for a reckoning. By the Grudge Bearer's will.
We can get you to here where you can reinforce either Kimry or help support an attack, or maybe even be the one to launch the attack against Springs of Eternal Life if for some reason we were to lose this battle, if there is a battle.
Thirsts for war.
Okay, what do we want to do with you? We've got stand your ground, I think, is probably what we want. And you, Deadly Onslaught, very good.
What do you want?
Need... Yes, this is good. Missile resistance -10 for enemy armies in the region, or in the entire province. Wow, that's great. Okay, so this is a vigor buff, and this is a... Yeah, let's take the Rune of Breaking, I guess.
Vengeful Runelord.
All right, you need... This is the one that makes you better at point blank, I believe, right? Decreased range and increased number of projectiles. No, we don't love that. We're going to go with maybe... Well, first of all, I'm going to go ahead and increase the army ammunition, but then I'll go this line right here with him. Oh, no, reset. Back off. We need increased mobility.
Aye, I suppose so.
Okay, now you've got let's give you Relentless, I guess. Let's give you some extra speed. That looks like what I was doing with him. Ancillaries, we picked up a artillery unit recruitment cost modifier. I'm going to save it because I'm not recruiting any artillery into this army anytime soon. You are already at 20 units. You are already at 20 units. Thorek, you are already at 20 units. I do believe we could win.
Do not betray your king.
He's got some good units there. He does have some good units.
Thorek Ironbrow.
I still think we can win that. With Thorek, a level 17 Master Engineer, a level 33 Thane, plus a little bit of extra benefit from the garrison. I think we can win it, and if we lose, they will be so badly beaten that that Tecton should be able to polish them off, I would think. This army up here sure does seem to have recruited. Wasn't this like a single unit last turn? Maybe I'm misremembering. Sure seems like he replenished or recruited very quickly. All right, anyway. You are going to stay here for now. Building upgrades, okay. Karak Zorn, nothing here. Kasabar, we could continue to build this up, but it's not a priority. Kimry, actually Springs of Eternal Life, we're one turn away from getting this, which would help our replenishment if they give us a turn to finish it. And Kimry is up to 100% wall strength. The garrison here is in very bad shape, and we do not... Well, it'll benefit from this replenishment right there, I think. Okay. So I'm now at a position where I don't have any immediate priorities that need to be done. Let me go back here to Karak Zorn. When this is tier 5, we want to have enough money to be able to build buildings here, so I think I'm just going to save up. Such a cheapskate. When it comes to the dwarves, I'm such a cheapskate. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to save the money so that we can build in those 2 slots right there in 2 turns. And an outpost available, we don't care. I tell you what I could do, actually. Krokgar's army, unfortunately, this is the one that I would most like to have. But I could grab... What would this army take? What would it take for us to get that army from him? Request army. 72. I'm requesting it. They've loaned their army to you. Cancel. Yeah. Glad I don't know why I waited so long to do it. Now they can't move. Yes, they can. They can move a little bit this turn. Not as much as I would like, but it's fine. We will get them over here. I think next turn they could help hold this. It's too bad I didn't do this 1 turn sooner. Okay. Any other diplomacy to do? First of all, I do want to take a look here at Cetra. They are pretty much even with us now. They are 24, but according to the green versus red there, they're very much the equivalent of us at 35. For some reason, it changes the ratio of green to red on the bar, but it doesn't change the number mid-turn. At least that seems to be what I have noticed. If anybody knows a better explanation than that, then feel free to comment. But let's go ahead and end our turn. And this is really the... you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get rid of you guys. And I'm going to replace you... No. I'm going to replace you with giant slayers. We have the money where we can afford that. And I'd rather have a full stack of slayers here. Alright, now I'm feeling ever so slightly better about this. Let's see what happens. Did I badly miscalculate? It's been known to happen before, particularly in this campaign. If a third army shows up over here, that will be very troubling and yet not entirely unsurprising. Ooh! Krokgar may have stayed close enough to help. Okay, yeah, that army by itself is not going to be able to take that settlement. I have to feel like it's almost by accident, but it does kind of feel like Krokgar is actually contributing a little bit of value to the war right now. Now, he has taken some of Cetra's settlements, don't get me wrong, but it's almost always been settlements that Cetra has left relatively undefended because he's moved all of his forces towards us instead. Okay, he has a full stack there, but that's fine. Doesn't worry me. The Cult Lands of Nagash are now maybe a faction to pay attention to. Alright, the Shadowgore Warherd is possibly moving towards Karag Orud. Certainly something to keep an eye on. Rank gained, yes, that's good. Buildings constructed, very good. And we still have some raiding going on, that's okay. The raiding does not overly bother me right now.
Done right.
Replenishment looking better here. How many are we getting now? We're getting 5 per turn. Even though another level of... we went from 1% to 1.5%. Okay. Alright, whatever. Whatever, you are now close enough to be able to get in here and help defend. I no longer have to worry... oops. Didn't mean to do that. No longer have to worry about them attacking Springs Eternal Life. If they were going to do it, it would have happened last turn. However, I'm not going to come out and attack them with just Thorek's army, but maybe I will if these guys are able to reinforce next turn. Meanwhile, Crockguard, this will be interesting. Let's see what he decides to do. Back to you. I think it worked before when we put you in ambush stance. Maybe we'll do that again.
The throng agrees.
Move you...
Fails me.
May as well move you up to here. And let's take a look here at our replenishment. Right here, are you guys doing any better? No, you're still... Only 4 Quarrelers per turn, but 5 warriors. Still, it won't take too long before this is a respectable army again. Let's go ahead and do requisition with you. Okay, yeah, definitely need more replenishment here. Kimmery, you now... Is there any value in this? It's an extra 100... Really an extra 124 per turn because of the plus 24%. That means a little bit more than, what, 11 or 12 turns for this to pay off. Probably worth doing. Let's go ahead and plan on doing that. Down here. I shouldn't say down here, I should say up here. You're fine. It looks like we are going to get our walls built, so that's good. Here, no priorities. Here, we're only 1 turn away. We want to have 10... How much is it going to cost to build some of these things? We want this. All told is going to cost 20,000 or so. And we want this. That's going to be about the same. I think those are going to be the 2 buildings we're going to want to do here. We really only need 1,800... Oops, not that. We really only need 36 and 30... We need 7,200 at the beginning of next turn to be able to build them. Okay, alright. What about this building here? This gives us... faction-wide bonus to tradable resources and an income boost. I think we can get away with building this in both of those provinces. Excuse me, both of those regions. And that'll boost all of our money from this, which I presume is our most valuable province from an economic standpoint. Although this one's pretty good as well. Interesting. When we can go ahead and purge these, and we'll maybe build that that same building then. What's it called? Trading depot. We can maybe build trading depots in Resetra and Doomblade as well. Think about it anyway. And of course we want the garrison here in Labaris. Okay. Alright, so that's all the money I can afford to spend, because like I said, I want to have at least, what was it, 72 or 7,600, I can't remember now. Anyway, either way, we should have it. If that is going to be built up there, we could safely move him back in this direction in case we need to use him against the Beastmen. Although the Beastmen are not going to be attacking Carrag or at any time soon, so I'm just going to leave him where he is. Alright, not Not an action-packed turn this turn, but strategically I think we are doing what we need to do. This will be very interesting right here to see, right here I should say, to see does Kroq-Gar continue to press the attack on the Black Tower of Archon. It's a tier 5 settlement. I think he'll lose if he attacks that without Kroq-Gar himself being a part of it. Okay. I think we can go ahead and look at the diplomacy again. We're up to 29. Cetra is at 26. Okay.
Who seeks me?
Aye.
I would like to have some additional trading partners. We need to discover some more factions. That's kind of becoming increasingly important, but for now, let's go ahead and give this an end turn and see what Cetra does. See what Kroq-Gar does. Okay, Kroq-Gar first. Okay, not very aggressive here. Have no idea what you're doing. You're moving armies back and forth without any clear strategic objective. Not surprising. Okay. I wonder if he's going to come down here and discover Oxyotl for us. No idea what you were doing with your hero here. Okay, Cetra. Yeah, still raiding, but definitely afraid now of the combined armies. He's running back. Okay, so we've got them. We finally have Cetra on the defensive. So that's good. Get them on their... fighting on the defensive is very much to our advantage. Less chance for them to take us by surprise, like they have done several times in this campaign. Okay, a little bit...
I care not for the wings of your
okay, so we are going to have war with the
gods.
Beastmen now. That's fine. It's also not a surprise. Okay, that's always good. More traits are always good. Upgrade. There we go. Very nice. I should have remembered that that was coming. Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay. And Gromreel Picks. That's good. Passive ability. Oh, yeah. It's the other Trickster Shard. Charm Shield. Okay, so that's something. All of these are things that we can make use of. Equipment gained. Traits gained. Oops. Buildings constructed. War declared. Yep. Okay. Shadowgore Warherd is now at war with both us and Kroq-Gar. 3 different places where they're raiding, which is a little bit more than I would like, but it's just going to take us a little while to push everybody out. The good news is we are getting closer and closer to being able to get our armies completely replenished. It looks like we could actually attack here, reinforced by this army. How strong is this army? I don't play Lizardmen very much, so I don't really know Lizardmen armies real well. But I feel like there's a good chance here. Let me just pull out and see where that other army is. I think they can... Yeah, they can support one another. They've got 20 units there. 17 units there. We could attack with 14 plus 20 once that hero gets back in. 34 versus 37. They got a lot of Tomb Guard. and we've suffered some casualties. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to if they stay there for next turn, I'll hit them next turn, but I'm going to let Thorek do a little bit more replenishing this turn, since we're not at full strength. Let's go ahead and get you moving forward to where you can be supported by Thorek if for some reason they do come this way. Let's get you back into Thorek's army. We want the increased mobility. Now here, up here, you're replenishing, you're staying hidden. I kind of feel like maybe maybe we just hold serve here. We just stay pat. We cannot attack over here with just this one army. Obviously, be a terrible idea. You benefit from more replenishment, and you benefit from more replenishment. Here, we're going to want you to get back over here. They're going to raid us, but we have no reason to worry about them actually attacking us. Not with the combination of this army and that garrison and the city walls. Down here, Karak Zorn, we wanted to build this line of buildings and this line of buildings. And this is going to get us up to an extra master engineer and 12% research rate. That's good. And this one is going to get us +1 runesmith and +1 local and global recruitment. That's quite useful. And some oath gold, which we've got so much oath gold right now. I almost don't even know what to do with it all, other than wait for us to get some more resources so we can finally start building some Iron Warden tankards. It's certainly my favorite of any of the things that we can build with oath gold. All right, so let's take a look here. We know that we've got some magic items and ancillaries that we could assign. So Thorek, here we go. We got a weapon. This is our Thane. Let's give him the Ogre Blade. And the Charm Shield is not better than what you've already got. And you are a Master Engineer. You don't need armor.
Summon me if
You've got armor.
One rug.
You could use it. There we go. Very good. And something else. The other Trickster Shard. This is really something I almost never think to use. What about Ironbeard's Bracers? Yeah, this is good. Let's give that to him. Okay, we'll give the
Lord of Clan Morgrim.
The other Trickster Shard here to our Rune Lord. Now, ancillaries, we've got a Rune of Burning. This is for artillery. We have no artillery here. We have no artillery. Save it until we have an army that with artillery that doesn't already have a banner. And is that the... No, that's not the only ancillary that we need to look at. Powder Maker. Okay, that's going to be for whoever we do some recruiting with. Oh, the Goldsmith. It's already on Gottree here. Let's take a look at Gottree. Oh, wait a minute. Gottree is where? Okay. Completely lost track of Gottree. Where's Gottree? Tekton, Skalf, Thorgard, Halkenhof, Yadri, Gottree, right here. You are in Halkenhof's army. Halkenhof's army is... Yeah, it's actually in a place that actually has a gold mine. Wow, that actually went onto a character that can actually benefit from it. That's great. Okay, Lord not moved. Yes, we know. Garrison Lord not moved. Yes, we know. Building upgrade available. Anything else here that needs to happen? I'm going to go ahead and... No. To go from 40 to 50, it's not worth almost 4,000 gold. I don't think. So that's going to continue to grow at a snail's pace, but it is what it is. Kimry looking much better now, a garrison of 20. It'll look a lot better once they're actually replenished, but anyway, feeling better about actually holding on to Kimry. So that means back to you. Do we want to recruit anything here? I could switch you. Oh no, I can't switch you into regular stance. So never mind. No reason not to hang on to the 4,000. Research available. Let's go with reduced upkeep for longbeards because we got plenty of those. I could also do improved blast charges, but I think the longbeards are going to be... Ooh. We could also buff the longbeards. Okay, I think that's going to be the next thing that we're going to want to do. We're getting close to an hour here. Let's go ahead and check our diplomacy out.
Defender of truth. Yeah.
I think pretty soon we'll be able to do a this Clad Brakak quest battle. Once we get Thorek's army replenished. Okay, let's go ahead and see. This is going to have to be the last end turn, I think. Let's see whether or not... Ooh! Okay, the ogres have arrived. One army. That doesn't particularly scare me. Krokgar. Yeah, just have no idea what you want to do. You really just don't have any idea what you want to do. That's fine. We're going to turn this campaign upside down once we decide to declare war on Krokgar. Alright. Well, I think we've already met Teclis, right? Yeah, we have. Okay, Clan Moors and Clan Rictus continuing to fight each other, presumably, so that's good for us. Okay, they look like they might be close enough. Ooh, they're even in March stance. Okay, now we're talking. We might genuinely be able to attack them. Can't really tell right now whether they're in range or not. Okay, Nagash, what are you... Oh, you're fighting Scarbrand. And you're chasing him off. Maybe you can... Yeah, looks like they're going to be able to finish off one of Scarbrand's armies right there. That's good. We don't much like Scarbrand. We got a grudge against them as well. Okay, we got a little Tzeentch down here. Or is that... No, that's Slaanesh, my bad. I know Tzeentch is down there somewhere. Okay, the Shadowgore Warherd, they're actually... They're getting more of our income than I'm happy with. I want to do something about that. Ambusher discovered. Yeah, okay, that's fine. They're not an enemy of ours. Buildings constructed, that's good. Regional rating. It is what it is. Okay. So, Tecton here... cannot reach New Moss on his own. They have built the garrison building there, so we don't want to probably make that attack with a depleted army anyway. Halkenhof is looking better, but still definitely has more More room for replenishment. Kasabar, you're fully replenished. That's good. Springs of Eternal Life, you are in much better shape with your garrison building now being built. We could also get you up to tier 3. This is really where the action is going to be. We can reach. Excellent. And they cannot retreat. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to hit both of these armies. Ooh, they got some good units here. I'm not going to lie, they've got some good units. I still feel reasonably good about our prospects of hitting them with our 2 armies here. And that would be that'd be another big win for us if we can take those 2 out. I could potentially bring you. You cannot make it the whole way around in March stance to help reinforce. You could, and I think that's probably what we're going to want to do here, is maybe race him down to help join this fight. I don't see any reason why not. Then we could just move Tecton into Kimmery and help his replenishment out a little bit. So we got 3 armies here against 2 of theirs. That works out pretty well. I could just jump him down here in use underway stance, but I don't know whether Tomb Kings can intercept us. And if they can intercept us, I do not want to fight a battle with this army against that army with everything on the line where we would get wiped out if we lose it. So I think what we'll do is we'll probably bring Halkenhof down, and we will we'll move Tecton into Kimmery. So I think we got a plan on this front, and then up here on this front, we're going to need to just play defensively until we get some of our other armies here freed up to be able to help wipe these guys out. Not a super strong army, but obviously not something that our 3-stack here can take on without having the garrison with him. So I think we've got a plan. There's going to still be plenty more fighting in the next episode, but it is going to unfortunately have to wait until the next episode. That's all we have time for in this one, but we're doing pretty well. We're doing pretty well. We just don't want to make any stupid mistakes for the next few turns, and I think we'll be just fine and be able to start really wrapping up the war against Cetra. After that, the Beastmen, of course, but also the Ogres, Scarbrand, maybe Ark in the Black, I don't know, we'll see. And then maybe even eventually Krokgar, who knows. There's no shortage of potential enemies to fight in this campaign. So, all right, well, I think I will go ahead and say thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.